Hello, everyone. This is episode 4 of a 4-part series I'm doing for how I am applying this work in my personal journey of what has been one of the greatest challenges I've ever gone through in my life. And really just to bring inspiration of not only how to apply this work, but how this is universal for whatever you may be going through, whether it's a health challenge that seems to be taking over your life, money problems, relationship, like truly when it hits the fan, I want you to go to the place of where you're evolving beyond the programming you're living in. So whether you have something coming up right now for you or not, or you've had it in your life, this will be something you're able to universally apply in your life because major changes are happening for all of us. We're all upgrading, up-leveling, becoming more of the full human of what we're here to be, more of that true I am, capital S self, that does know, that is the wisdom, that is one with what created us, is not separate, where you begin to know I'm resourced, even if I appear to not be resourced. I'm going to talk about like the 3 levels we go through to connect with that. So if you didn't see episode 1, 2, and 3, 1 was like, don't fall into your ego's delusion. The ego's like the programming. I have to do this. I can't do this. And there's a story that goes along with what's happening in your life. So there's like, someone said to me, well, I'm going bankrupt. And it's like, okay, there's the story. What are you actually experiencing? Because there's always the story and then there's the experience itself. And if you can begin to get out of the story and into the experience, you will radically shift your reality. So the first session of this is I talked about don't fall into the delusion and how to kind of get out of that program and drop into what's actually happening, because that is where you can change it. That's your point of power. The second episode was to remember you are a creator, even when it seems like you are not. When you're in the story or you're having the hardship or your sympathetic nervous system clenches down, and it will feed you the information as if you really are a victim, and you will close. Like if you buy into that, you block your power. So it kind of just keeps creating more of the lack or the limitation or the impossible situation. So a lot of people in the community I know have struggled with illness, and it's like this impossible situation. You can crack that open. And that's what I discussed in the second video. In the third one is kind of outsmarting the programming. Fear, false evidence appearing real, it will materialize in your life and it will show up as true. And it's up to you to alchemize instead of compartmentalize. The compartmentalization is where your mind's like, okay, I'm going to handle this. And you clamp down into that fight or flight programming. The solutions do not lie within that consciousness. So in episode 3, it was really talked about like what I have done to alchemize and go deeper into my power instead of like handle it, which is what a lot of people do in the situation. Like when I'm in, they just handle every little thing. Every day is handling, and then I got through it. But you're not actually out of the pattern. Okay, so today in the 4th episode of this is about trusting your divinity. Trusting is letting your knowing get into the driver's seat. In this case, my root chakra, my foundation that has been shifting instead of the programming. And like, how do I do this? So I'm going to like share what I have done to do exactly this. And you can let me know how this lands for you. So share where you're tuning in from. Share, have you seen any of the other episodes? How did they land for you? And what are you going through in your life? And not like necessarily only at the story level, but in your experience. And your experience, again, is going to be like, there's pressure in my chest. There's a heaviness in my shoulders. There's this spinning out pattern I notice myself going into. Because what's actually happening is you are being called into a way higher version of you. And that is unconditionally, unequivocally true for me right now. And so embrace it. All right. So the first premise of this, like trusting your divinity, you are one with the creator. You are sovereign. You are not like lacking. You are not separate. You are not left behind. You are not fending for yourself. You are not empty and I gotta get the thing. You're not unresourced. You may experience it as if you are, but the truth is you are infinitely loved, infinitely provided for, infinitely resourced. You're also infinitely powerful. So how do we access that? What are you talking about here? This is where I'm going to talk about the 3 parts of the I am self. Okay, so we have, and I drew a little pictorial for us here. Okay, so we've got, oh no, it's this way. Okay, we've got the, and this is Jean Slater, who's just an awesome mentor of mine and has a really cool body of work about like hiring the heavens, activating universal consciousness, the field that is all around you. And she talks about it this way. And I've played with this myself in my past 20 years of life. And I really love this premise, but there's the I am who is the actor. I'm Kim Duramo and I'm this many years old and I'm this profession and I have these kids and I had and you get all the specifics of the actor on the stage. That's the stage. Yep. See, here we go. Here's the curtain. Woohoo, look at me. Okay. And most people live here and that's it. They do not have necessarily a spiritual life, or if they do have a spiritual life, they're not necessarily really connected with their divinity and knowing themselves to be one with it. It's like, yeah, it's outside of me. It's not outside you. There is also the I am self that is the director. Now, in this work I'm doing, this is like our first step. You begin to access that level of the creator that you are. Oh, wait a minute. Here's my story. Here's my thing. And the programming says, I can't do this. I have to do that. This is what's happening. The fight or flight has you just play out the script. When you pause, right? So you do the instant elevation or any of the other work we're doing in embracing health, like you access the director level. Wait a minute. What else is possible here? Now, that is the first step of what I did when I allowed my body to fully and completely reverse a major autoimmune disease. It was this pause. Wait a minute. Is this actually true for me? So you get all the conclusions and all the beliefs and everything that's in the script. That's the program. And then you get this little pause and you can bring yourself into a higher state. Okay. So it's not a separate person out here. Where's my director? No, it's already you. You're just probably not playing it out as if you have choice. So we pause, soften the body, relax, full breath, ask a question. What else is possible here? Is this true for me? Now, it's not about answering the question. It's just about asking the question that brings you into a higher aspect of who you are. Part of you that already does know. Now, from this, you practice this long enough, you begin to also be able to access this sort of next level, this higher aspect of who you are. Now, I call this source. She refers to it, the actor, the director, the producer, right? This is beyond the construct of the play. So everything that's created, known and unknown, like everything that's in the script, everything that's in the known beyond the script, it is governing all of it, the known and the unknown, everything in the created. When you allow yourself to play with this, this is the main difference in what we're doing in embracing health versus everybody else's work, which is at this level, fix this, do this here, do that. We got this diet, we got this thing. It's all smarter than the programming level, but it's still in duality. It's still in limitation. We want to access the I am that is the producer. It's so super easy. First, you just got to remember, and this kind of pictorial can bring you there. Remember that it is. I am already one with that which created me, somehow, some way. Now, you're not going to conceive of it from the small mind. Oh yeah, it's like this. No. You can only allow your mind to begin to point toward it. You can only allow the intention to connect with the you at this level. And that is enough. And so as it was hitting the fan, everything falling apart, and it would have clamped me down into the actor, right? And all the little limited tools that she has to fight and make a change. No. Soft body, full breath. Choice in each moment, conscious choice in each moment, but also surrender so that something higher than what I've known myself to be can come in. And that, for this access, the word for that is trust. It's freaking trust. Okay, so how does this look? On the floor, crying in extraordinary pain. What's happening? Okay, I'm gonna allow that I'm having the experience I'm having. I'm gonna move the energy. Like, yeah, your body's gonna move. Maybe water comes out. Maybe there's sound. Great. Let the energy move and embrace that it's okay. I'm in the experience I'm in and expressing it. And then the energy moves really quickly when we allow this level of trust. We are no longer who we were. We're no longer the same meat suit, fluid suit, carrying around the tensions and traumas and the chemicals and the stuffed emotions and the memories and the whatever in that system. We're no longer that being. It's a different body through the process. And so people can call it surrender, but sometimes that makes it think like you're surrendering to something outside you, but it's not. You're actually surrendering what you think you are, who you think you are, to a bigger aspect of what you truly are being. And trust is the access point. Can I allow that, even though my mind's like, no, I can't, or it's not okay? Can I allow the experience to be exactly as it is? No matter what the story says is happening, no matter what the story says I have to do, no matter what I'm trying to, make it different, you go to this level. The I am that I already am connected with created that it would play out this way, created this for me. Not like, oh, sorry, Kim, tough luck, life's hard. For me, for my awakening, for my benefit, for my embodiment of greater love, right? Because when I have trust and am willing to embrace the experience I'm in, let go of trying to change it, I access a higher level of my divinity and of my power that can transmute it. Like, let me just show you that. Guess what happens? Guess what happens? Okay? Whole new reality. Whole new reality. And for so many of us, you guys, this is what is coming in. This is what is forming. And if you can just briefly let go of who you think you are and let go of what you think is true and allow trust. Don't raise trust. Let's keep that there. You allow a transmutation of what was your old world, old self, old money story, old problems, old lineage patterns, history, DNA, programming, whatever. You allow an up-leveling on such a profound level that it's a whole new reality. That is where we are going. Are you in that birth canal? I am. I am moving through that with as much grace as I can possibly allow. We're all resource that we can allow infinite grace. We can allow infinite resources. Like, I've had so many people loving me, supporting me, encouraging me. And these are people who are in their body, right? Because sometimes you're like, everyone's giving you advice. Oh, blah, 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 do this. But it's from programming. And you're like, I don't really trust this. And you kind of got to erase the chalkboard of that. How can I allow in grounded, powerful beings who've either walked the same path, because I've connected with a lot of people who walk the same path, or have gifts, skills, talents that really open power within you. Okay, so intention, trust, allowing. Share with me what your journey's been like. What's it been like for you to move through my journey? A lot of breath, a lot of breath for me, a lot of that surrender, which is really like, I trust that the I am that I truly am actually knows what it's doing. It really does. And there's like a part of me that has practiced and practiced and gone through so many ruptures that I'm like, wow, I can do this. I can do this. I don't see that I could have done it even 20 minutes sooner. And I can do this now. So you are born to be exactly where you are now. You are born to be having the exactly experience that you're having now. Allow it. Trust yourself. Trust that you can move through this. Let me know what arises for you. All right, we are hosting an amazing women's event. I'm going to include the link here. We only have like 20 spots available. But if this resonates with you, we will be live in Malibu for an amazing women's retreat. We will go very, very deep in allowing grace, divinity, activation at the DNA level in your system to a degree you've never experienced before. We've done this work with a live woman for many years, but this is a whole meta level beyond what we've done before. And I'm also partnering up with some amazing women. My friend Lavinia Errico, who is the founder of Move Joy. And the first time I did Move Joy with her physically at this location in Malibu, actually, I felt I had a cellular celestial experience in my body. My brain started working differently. I had all these awareness, inspiration, guidance, clarity, like, Kim, it's a no-brainer. Live your life. Changed me at a deep level. So we're going to be incorporating that with what we do at this 3-day event. Please reach out to me if you'd like to come. I would love to hold a spot for you, and the details I will include here. If you're radically ready to open your cellular, open your life, allow your divine power in, and start operating at that producer level, join us. There is also an online version as well. So let me know what your questions are on that. I love you guys. I'm so grateful for having or being in this process, because yeah, we're in a process. And just for, yeah, that connection. We are divinely guided. We are divinely resourced. And we are here for big, 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 beautiful expression of that true human, what humanity really is. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. We'll be broadcasting live every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time in our Circle community on YouTube. So I look forward to seeing you here again next week. Love you guys.